I save you. I say mosquito no go bite you. Hey, can I be a painkiller? Yeah, yeah. See, I be a painkiller. I be a medicine, no. Can I be a painkiller? Yeah, yeah. See, I be a painkiller. If not a thief, I thief. If not a one person, baby, I go kill the person. Cause you're my fantasy. This your love, this your love. When they make him man busy, yeah. I thought you get boom mad, bro. I thought you go buy person. If you let me kiss, I'm not go tell. If you let me kiss you, I'ma teach your body well. I thought you go one person. I thought you go buy. Baby, you should let me love. See, I bless no one above you. I be a superman, I save you. I say mosquito no go bite you. Hey, can I be a painkiller? Yeah, yeah. See, I be a painkiller. I be a medicine, no. Can I be a painkiller? Yeah, yeah. See, I be a painkiller.
I like it. Baby, you should let me love you. Me like see, I bless no one above you. You be my Draco and Khaleesi. Obio and Chefio. This love is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. And I'm just envious, envious, envious. I like it. Although you they do me well, although no kiss and tell. Although you they making my head to swell. You do my love, child. Although be my medicine day. Say you go kill me, yo. You get boom mad child. Although be my medicine, no. You overdose me, yo. So baby, you should let me love you. See, I bless no one above you. You be my Draco and Khaleesi. You say mosquito no go bite. See, now you be my painkiller.
In the mix,
the international boy, DJ Perez.
This sounds so amazing.
My baby forgetting my alias. They are trying to separate the love that I'm having for you. Oh, they don't know I'm so into you. Now I realize how to be your boo. Oh, buying a warfare, buying a warfare. Oh, no, they're causing confusion. They're causing confusion. So my baby forgetting my alias. They're causing confusion. They're causing confusion. To my baby, forgetting my genius. When everybody underrates you, my girl, I go they appreciate you. You know I can't ever hate you. I above them all, I won't elevate you. I go die on top of your mother, cause your lippy daba daba, they make me the kaya kaya, baby. I go die on top of your mother, cause your lippy daba daba, they make me Baby, give me that thing, it gon' make me to smile, oh, yeah. Baby, ginger me, make I love you for life, oh, yeah. I'm ready to go, got 7 6 for you, yeah. If I get money, I spend everything on you. Kill it, baby, you too fine now. See how that you wine now, give me that time, baby, you too fine now. I go buy you gold, and I go buy you diamond. If I talk, I know my day, you. The way that she whine, she wanna be kind. You go to love my day, you. She make it rewind. No way. Money buy me later if I ever go away. No way. No shade. Money buy me daily, make you follow me go out. No they tell me story. Forget it, cha. No they give me story. Money to tap on my jaw. No they tell me story. Oh, no they tell me story. No they tell me story. Yeah. No they give me story. Yeah. Say you got a man, but I never seen a man around you. Yeah. Me, I don't go do kele, I be proud of you. Yeah. My baby, I go show you up, make everybody know. Baby, let me love you tight, yeah. Baby, you too fine now. See how that you wine now, give me that time, baby, you too fine now. I go buy you gold, and I go buy you diamond. If I talk, I know my day, you. The way that she whine, she wanna be kind. You go to love my day, you. She make it rewind. No way. Money buy me later if I ever go away. No way. No shade. Money buy me daily, make you follow me go out. No they tell me story. Forget it, cha. No they tell me story. Money to tap on my jaw. No they tell me story. Oh, no they tell me story. No they tell me story. Yeah. No they give me story. Yeah. Say you got a man, but I never see a man around you. Yeah. Me, I no go do kele, I be proud of you. Say, baby, I go show you up. And baby, I go buy you things, so. And baby, I go love you that way. Yeah, don't know. No way. Money buy me later if I ever go away. No way. No shade. Money buy me daily, make you follow me go out. No, they tell me story. Forget it, cha. No, they tell me story. When you get down, no, they tell me story. Oh, no, they tell me story. No, they tell me story. No, they give me story. Te quiero. María. Te quiero. María.
C'est comme ça, la la la. C'est comme ça, la la la.
Yeah.
Are you ready to turn it up? Are you ready to turn it up?
At work, at home, on your smartphone, broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Give me a number, let me save it. But for me, love you, you're now rocking with the fire, boy. I'm funny, little man, yeah. You go benefit. You got to foot your charge and everything. Mama told you what I do. They put the girls to the people. She your mama, your papa, to be singer. When they born you, they made a hit.
Ceremonies and Festival of Ghana. People through. This Friday on the Roots of Africa program, we will be hosting all the way from Nigeria, Princess Pamela Toyin.
I will be talking about my roots and culture, which is very, very rich. I come from Abeokuta, which literally means under the rock.
Prince Bimbo.
I'll be on Star Radio this Friday speaking about my Yoruba culture as well as development projects that we're planning for Nigeria.
And Princess Kemi.
Speaking about my Yoruba culture. Stay tuned and thank you.
At 3 p.m. GMT time and 6 p.m. East Africa time. And on Raya TV, we will be having a spectacular presentation of the ceremonies and festival of Ghana.
People troop into the festival grounds or palaces to shower praises, show respect, dance, entertain, show sympathies, love, accord respect, and to show their friendly
by Her Royal Highness Nana Saki the First at 4:30 GMT time and at 7:30 East Africa time. You may advertise your business on Aido Roots of Africa program by sponsoring a slot on TV or radio. If you wish to support Roots of Africa content creation, you may donate through the link below or contact marketing at info@aidonetwork.org. This Friday on the Roots of Africa program, we will be hosting all the way from Nigeria, Princess Pamela Toyin.
I will be talking about my roots and culture, which is very, very rich. I come from Abeokuta, which literally means under the rock.
Prince Bimbo.
I'll be on Star Radio this Friday speaking about my Yoruba culture as well as development projects that we're planning for Nigeria.
And Princess Kemi.
Speaking about my Yoruba culture. Stay tuned and thank you.
At 3 p.m. GMT time and 6 p.m. East Africa time. And on Raya TV, we will be having a spectacular presentation of the ceremonies and festival of Ghana.
People troop into the festival grounds or palaces to shower praises, show respect, dance, entertain, show sympathies, love, accord respect, and to show their friendly
by Her Royal Highness Nana Saki the First at 4:30 GMT time and at 7:30 East Africa time.
Right. Thank you very much for tuning in to Star Radio. Once again, we have another edition of one of your most patronized program. I call it an entertainment program. Whenever it's Friday 3 p.m., I'm seated here waiting to be educated. And today is not going to be an exception. We have with us very, very, very important personalities in our midst. And I tell you what, where they're hailing from is also a very, very important nation when it comes to the continent of Africa. Nigeria is one of the most populous nations, not one of the most popular nations in Africa. And some of us always say wherever Nigeria goes, that's where Africa goes. And therefore, it's an honor to have key members from Nigeria who will actually be educating us today on issues from their cultural background, businesses and opportunities that we do have in Nigeria. Whatever you've heard about Nigeria, whatever you've known, please just clean your mind up and be ready. Make yourself available and ready yourself to be educated. I do have with me Chief. I call him Chief instead of, people call him Prince, but let me call him Chief. We do have Chief Bimbo with us. Let me cross over to him to introduce himself, and I'll come to the other. Chief Bimbo, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Nice to meet you.
Wow.
My name is Otumba Bimbo Roberts Folayan, and I am the founder of the Nigerian Diaspora Direct Investment Summit, an organization that organizes investments from the diaspora back to Africa in general and Nigeria in particular. I'm also, I have chieftaincy titles. I'm also a prince. I also happen to be the IDO advisor. I belong to the advisory and arbitration panel board of IDO. I'm also the head of the Nigerian team because we have a new team in Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Chief. So I wasn't wrong to refer to you as Chief at all. I think the gods from your palace might have actually instructed me. Let me now go to our princess. Today is a royal affair. Let's go to Princess Toyin. If I do have a princess, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a princess because I'm from a royal family, and I'm a queen because I'm married to a royal family, a very prominent royal family in Nigeria. I'm a journalist and author. I reside in the Republic of Ireland, even though at the moment I am in Nigeria. I'm speaking to you from Nigeria. I come from Abeokuta in Ogun State. We are very fashionable.
Wow. Listeners, there you have two very important and key people who will be educating me today. We're waiting for Princess Kemi, who will be joining us pretty shortly. She'll be joining us pretty shortly. But before we get there, let me go ahead with my two very honorable guests that we do have in our midst today. Like I told you, on Friday 3 o'clock, you might come from Uganda, you might come from Cameroon, wherever you come from. I want you to pick a pen and a paper and note something. At least when you travel to Nigeria, you have some things in your pocket that you can use to, tell the people that you're also a Nigerian. Once you're an African, you are a Nigerian. Let's get to our powerhouse, Nigeria. Let me start with Prince. Prince, just tell a little bit about, I know you made mention of the business that you're doing. Can you just tell us a little bit about that before we come to the culture and other aspect of it, the diaspora angle of the business, please, Prince?
Okay, several years ago, I used to be head of the Nigerian community in the UK, which is estimated to be up to 2 million. I then discovered during my tenure that majority of Nigerians that I come across and majority of Africans I always meet at events and in other places are people that want to set up businesses back in their countries. Most of them, after they've spent about 10, 15, 20 years, most people are looking at what can I take back home. Some of them wanted to relocate, some didn't want to relocate, but they just want to set up businesses. So I came up with the concept of the diaspora investments back home to Nigeria. If you know the trend usually is that the governments in African countries, particularly in Nigeria, are always focused on attracting investment to foreign direct investment. But the foreign direct investment, for the past several years that I've been monitoring it, has always never been not even up to half of the remittances that diasporans always put back into their own country through supporting their families or setting up businesses or helping people to go to school, take care of funerals and all of that stuff. So I decided that it was good to set up a platform which can be like a bridge to help Nigerians in diaspora, particularly in the UK, so that if they want to set up their businesses, they can do it effortlessly. Now, there's another problem which I forgot to mention, which is that a lot of people also who try to set up businesses, sometimes they have to pass through their family. And when they pass through their family, there's been so many bad stories of maybe the families diverting the funds into something else, apart from the investment that they wanted. So in order to help them so that they can set up businesses and employ people also, I then decided that we should be a bridge. So what we do is that we go to Nigeria, we bring in ministers, we bring in governors, we bring in very important personalities from Nigeria, people in authorities, and then we ask them to come and pitch to the diaspora business leaders. And so far, to the glory of God, we have the biggest investment summit in the UK. In fact, one of our investment summits had over 2,000 delegates. And we've had several other ones, 700, 900, 800. We're planning the next one for August. Because of COVID restrictions, we're limiting the number to about 400. But about 100 people will be coming from Nigeria. So this is what we do. We attract investments back home. And then we try to get people to, take technology, take funding, take some of their money, back to set up businesses that can create employment back in our country.
Wow. I'm impressed with that, because the whole of this program and the whole of the Edo network that we actually know, and basically the curators of this program believes in networking, and from what you're saying, I think you have a wealth of knowledge that you're bringing on board this organization, and I'm glad to hear that. So far so good. Thank you very much. I'll come back to, let me go to Princess Toyin to tell us a little bit about her business. I know she's into business as well, before we come to the other questions. Princess, please.
Yes, thank you very much. Like I said, I'm a journalist and an author. But before I ventured into journalism, I used to be a caterer. And now, in addition to being a journalist, I'm back to my catering business. So basically, in Ireland, I write. I'm a columnist for a newspaper, for 2 newspapers. I also do a lot of media stuff, produce videos, publish books. I have my own magazine, but it's not functional now because of the pandemic. And then apart from that, I'm also a cultural ambassador for Association of Ogun Indigenes in Ireland, which is Association of Indigenes from Ogun State, where I come from. I do so many other things. I sew. Basically, I like to promote Africans, to project them, especially those that are very useful, sources of creativity and value in different communities.
Princess, before we move on from you, you made mention of that you sew. Tell us a little bit about your hairgear, because I think it's particular to your Nigerian people especially, and it has something to do with your culture. Tell us a little bit about it. I mean,
headgear, yes, is peculiar to Nigeria, but I can tell you with pride categorically that the Yorubas are the one that actually made headgears prominent. Yorubas are very fashionable, and it was in those days. It would just be like you have your string of from your fabric, or made from a special fabric for headgear, and then you would tie it. But these days, there's a lot of dimension to it. They don't just tie and just look ordinary. They make it very glamorous. Some even sew it to make it look like a heart. So there are all kinds of different kinds of headgears that you would find now in Nigeria, and almost every tribe uses them. Almost every tribe uses them. But in those days, it used to be most Yorubas.
Wow, that's a bit of education for all of us, for those of you who don't know. And I bet a lot of Nigerians, we don't know the origin, where it started from this. So thank you very much, Prince. Let me go back to Oga, the chief himself. Chief, I know you lead the Nigerian arm of IDOL International. Please, tell us a little bit, how will the IDOL Nigeria network operate? How are you going to operate? I know you do have a lot of states. What is the vision? What is your vision for the organization in Nigeria, Chief Bimbo?
My vision for how we call it our vision now, because now I'm working with a team for the Nigerian IDOL, for IDOL in Nigeria, is to make it the main organization, the prime organization that brings development back to Nigeria. Working with IDOL International, working with the leadership, our plan is to go to Nigeria, look at what development projects we can actually bring, into the different areas, because Nigeria is such a big country. We want to make some impact. So bring development not through government this time, but through the traditional institution, because the traditional institution is so close to the grassroots, and the kings are so highly respected and honored in Europe, and they have the love of their people at heart. So we know that this is going to be smooth sailing for us, not just because, even though there will be challenges as naturally with everything in life, but because we know that the kings love their people so much. One of the things we want to do is to start creating opportunities by looking at what sort of projects can we embark on, how can we rally support for those projects, how can we get land to do the projects, how can we get machinery and expertise, how do we get the funding. So this will be the sort of things that we're going to be embarking in the next few years. Because I'm leading IDOL and I have serious business background, and all I do is attract investment back to Nigeria, it means that the Nigeria is going to be really, really focused. IDOL Nigeria is going to be seriously focused on creating wealth and creating job opportunities for a lot of people. Another thing we want to do is to create friendship and collaboration with our fellow Africans. Going through our royal fathers in Nigeria, we want to create a platform where the royal fathers can pick up the phone calls. The royal father or Ni of Ife, for example, can call the king in Ghana, in South Africa, and they can be friends and they can exchange ideas, and they can, the African continent can start to work together in a better way. We're more friendly with each other, exchanging ideas. Another thing that we want to start looking at is there's the journey of atonement that IDOL International is planning. Nigeria wants to play a major part in this. We really want to be part of that delegation. We want to mobilize our kings to come for that journey of atonement. We need to reach out to our diaspora. Meanwhile, there are two diasporas, the diaspora who are in the UK, yeah, that's fine. But there's the diaspora that preceded all of us, the diasporas that, went during the slave trade era. We want to connect with them. We want to do business with them. We feel that if the Chinese, the Indians, if they are coming to do business in Nigeria, if the British, the Americans, they're coming to do business in Africa, why can't we also get our brothers, our fellow Africans who are in the diaspora? Why can't they do business in Nigeria? So those are the three areas that we're looking at immediately. Of course, there are some other areas we're looking at, but those are the top headings. Those three headings, we want to seriously embark on them. And maybe let me just quickly also mention, we have a plan that after my initial visit, when I'll be meeting Princess Toyin, she's actually waiting in Nigeria just for me to arrive, because she would have come back but we have some big plans to join Princess Kemi, and all of us will go to the source, where we call the source, which is Ile-Ife. We meet the Oni of Ife. We will deliberate with him. We will go with a message from the Ido presidents and the leadership, and we will tell them our ambition, our plans, and after that, we will then plan the real big visit. There's going to be a big visit of Ido, where Africans, the presidents, other African leaders, ambassadors, and then guess what? Royal fathers. I've just been told by the president yesterday that even royal fathers from South Africa, Ghana, will join us. We will visit Nigeria and visit our traditional rulers and kickstart the engagement. That's our plan.
Wow, that is a very, very huge plan, and I like the vision. Bold, and ambitious. And the angle of job creation is something that I think touched, and I know we also do know a lot of unemployment conditions in our part of the world, and I like this vision. And with your background, having been instrumental in attracting investment, especially from the diaspora community, not to go to IMF, not to go to World Bank, but from our own people, which is what this network is all about. I think that is a very, very good vision that you've laid out boldly over there. Let me go to Prince Toyin. Prince, we are told and we know you are in Abeokuta right now, if I'm right. Waiting.
No, you're not. I'm in Lagos.
Okay, you're in Lagos, but you come from Abeokuta. Tell us a little bit. I know you are waiting for the chief to arrive so that you go and visit a lot of our chiefs, which will not exclude the kingmakers of Abeokuta. So just tell us a little bit. How did you come back? How did you earn your name Abeokuta? Just tell us a little bit about the culture background, how you arrive at your name.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know. Something just interrupted my phone.
That is fine. Yeah.
Laptop won't work, so my phone was just interrupted. I was just trying to see. So, Abeokuta is the capital of Ogun State. Ogun State is situated at the southwest part of Nigeria. So Abeokuta is the capital, and that's where I come from. Abeokuta, like I said, literally means under the rock. Now, there are so many rocks in Abeokuta, which actually serves as shield to the inhabitants of the city. And the most popular rock is called Olumo Rock. It's actually a tourist attraction. A lot of people come from all over the world to Olumo Rock. People believe, or let me say, history that was passed down to us is that the spirit of Olumo Rock is venerated in the Yoruba religion as an Orisha. Orisha is like a deity. So they believe there's a spirit behind Olumo Rock. And Olumo itself means troubles and sufferings are all over. So they believe that the existence of Olumoro signifies that troubles and sufferings are all over. And the history of Olumoro dates back to like the 19th century, when the Egba people, Egba is a native of Abeokuta, like when the Egba people, which were inhabitants in Abeokuta at that time, found refuge at the Olumoro, and it was during the intertribal wars. So basically the rocks were used as shield, where people hid when there was war.
Wow. Let me stay with you, Princess, because I think that is a very, very elaborate background that you've given to us. This is a quiz. This is a simple quiz to you. Let's see if you get it right. Apart from fashion that your area is noted for, you've given us the genesis of having the headgear. We know Abeokuta is known for something that people are done around the world. What is it?
Yes. Apart from Olumoro, it is Adire. Adire is a fabric. Adire. Adire can be found anywhere in the world, but the source is Abeokuta. Adire is common throughout Yoruba land and outside the shores of Nigeria. The fact is, Adire is a Yoruba word. Now, Adire, Adi, we tie it, Are, we soak it. So it's called tie and dye. I'm sure you've heard of tie and dye.
Oh, yes. Yes.
When they tie the fabric and they dye it. So Adire, that's what it means. Adi, we tie it, Are, we soak it.
Wow.
So they soak it in the dye. And Adire these days has gone like haywire. In those days, it used to be just for casual wears, but now you can make anything out of Adire. You can even make a wedding gown out of Adire and it will just be dazzling. You know, there are so many unique designs you find these days. You can make purses, you can make bags, you can make toilet bags, you can make your house robe, slippers, you name it, even your face mask, anything out of Adire.
Wow.
Adire is very, very popular now, and it's gaining more prominence all over the world.
Wow. Thank you for that. I asked that question because we know we're talking about networking, we're talking about investment, we're also talking about how we're going to link up with our brothers and sisters in other parts of the world, the Southern Americans, the Caribbeans, and the 6 regions in particular. So it's good that we know the source of some of these things, and in terms of business. If you're listening to out there, you are in Panama and you're interested in knowing exactly where to get a quality Adire, as probably I'll be corrected, or tie and dye, as someone will call it, tap into Radio Network and you should be directed to the source. If you have the original source, why do you go and get something fake? So that is out there. Let me go to Prince again. Prince, again, we're talking about products that are coming from Nigeria. We're talking about goods. We're talking about things that are noted to be, belong to Nigeria. They originate from Nigeria and all over the world. We have not, as a people, actually basically made too much of a business out of it. For instance, I watched on a road show the other time, I think Jimmy Choo or one of these designers showcasing using Africa design to basically making it their own. We're talking about Nigeria now. I can just go anywhere. A Chinese can mass produce it, but we've not made anything of it. Now, what are some of the investment and development opportunities that you think this network will help tap into in Nigeria, and what has Nigeria got to offer? Prince, please.
Okay, so thank you for that question. That's a very good one, because only just a few days ago I was having a chat with somebody, and we talked about Adire and how the Anashoke, and we talked about how the Chinese are actually the ones manufacturing. They can actually manufacture Adire, they can manufacture Ashoke for Nigerians to wear. Now, if you go to Abeokuta and maybe a few places in Yoruba land in Nigeria, you find that they're actually making adire. They're making it, and we have people who have factories and small industries where they put all of these things together. Now, what they need is exposure to international community, to market it to other people, other parts of the world. Recently, we had that was it Stella McCartney that actually went to take adire, and the same adire that would be sold for about maybe the equivalent of about £50 or £100 in Nigeria was being marketed for about £1,000 in the UK, just with those names, with those very famous names. So there's a lot that we can do with that. Those are some of the things that we'll be looking at some stage. Most of the things that we've done in the past 9 years have been focused on job creation and partnership with local businesses in Nigeria. And when I say Nigeria, I mean Africa, because what we're looking at doing now is replicating this same thing that we're doing in Ghana, in Uganda, in other parts of Africa. So at the moment, we're focusing on creating opportunities that, setting up businesses that can employ other people. So we're looking at taking technologies from the UK to Nigeria or from other parts of the world. I will give you a good example. We have a partner in Birmingham who has a block. That's a block making factory equipment, which can roll out hundreds of, actually thousands of blocks within a very short time, and at very cheaper rates. So we're looking at taking this sort of small technology back to Nigeria to help our local builders. So we have equipments for energy. We have equipments, technology for electricity, 24-hour electricity production. And these are the sort of businesses that we are tapping into to take back home, so that can help our local populace, so that they can be employed and they can be working on it. Now, working with IDO International is going to be a completely new. We're going to be approaching it completely differently. We know that the traditional rulers are custodians of land in their local areas. They are also custodian. They are very close to the grassroots. So which means that we may now start to look at agricultural, developing the value chain of agriculture in Africa. So we're looking at going to Ife and asking the king and saying, what are the agricultural products that you think we can develop and take further to the next level? So if we're looking at cocoa, for example, should we be looking at developing the value chain to the point where we're manufacturing chocolate in Nigeria, where we can set up a chocolate manufacturing plant in Ile-Ife or in Bogon or even in Zaria? It depends on where that is coming from. So, and these are the sort of things we'll be looking at. But myself and my team, we will sit down, we will look at the ones that can have more impact on the populace, and then we will build on the traditional rulers, because they are there, they're very respected and highly honored people, and then this can help us to get to leverage on their personalities to be able to get funding, get investors, and then build the sort of confidence that needs to be built. So there's a lot in the offing as we move forward.
Wow. Thank you very much, His Royal Highness Prince. Let me go to Her Royal Highness Princess. You made mention of the traditional rulers, Prince, the importance they have and how critical and crucial they are to the whole of this movement and the bigger vision. You kept on going to their custodians of the land. We know in this country the royal family is money printing machine for the United Kingdom. This COVID period, you see how they're driving to open the country just because of tourism. Princess, you are married to the royal family of the king known as Oni Adeyeye Ogunwusi, the royal father of the Yoruba kingdom, the one who was sourced from the source. Who is Oni Ogunwusi, and what is the significance of the source?
Thank you very much. The Oni of Ife, Oba, he is not an Oba, sorry. The Oni of Ife, Adeyeye Babatunde Ogunwusi, is the 51st traditional ruler of Yorubas. Is the 51st traditional ruler of Ile-Ife, if I can put it that way. The Oni dynasty has existed like before the reign of Oromio. Oromio is a deity, which historians argued that maybe between the 7th and 9th centuries AD. The Onis generally are traced back to Oromio every time the history comes up. And the Oni of Ife, Adeyeye Ogunwusi, is saddled with the responsibility of making supplications to the gods and Orisha on behalf of his tribe. He happens to be the king of the Yoruba kings, the king that presides, if I can put it in that way, presides over a Yoruba king. And because it is believed that Ile-Ife, like you said, is the source, so Ile-Ife is considered very important, and he presiding in Ile-Ife is considered very, very important. It is believed that civilization began in Ife, so that is the place of origin of all mankind. Sometimes I even tell the Irish that you don't know you're from Ife, because everybody, all mankind is from the source. So you are also from the source. So Ife was founded by deities Odudua and Obatala, and they are believed to be to have founded Ife under the instruction of the creator, which Yorubas call Olodumare, who began the creation of the world. So basically, Ife is a Yoruba city,
okay,
and Yorubas generally would share rich and their rich heritage, which is believed to be at least 1,000 years old.
Wow.
Can I add a little bit to the Oni of Ife area, please?
Yes, please do, Chief.
Okay, so it is believed that the Oni of Ife is a descendant of Odudua, and is counted to be first amongst all, is second to none. Is traditionally considered to be a spirit. They call him Orisha, and he's the only Orisha that speaks. So traditionally in Ife, Ile-Ife being the source of the Yoruba people, Yoruba people should be about 70 million Yorubas. But that's not even, looking at the ones in the diaspora. We're talking of the Yorubas in Benin Republic, in Togo, in other countries. But when you start to look at even other Yorubas in other, that were taken away during slavery, you're looking at a huge number of Yorubas. And then Ife is believed to be the source of every Yoruba. So the royal dynasty of Ife traces its origin back to the founding of that same town, which is over 10,000 years before the birth of Jesus Christ.
Wow.
In Nigeria, the Oni of Ife is a paramount ruler who is stands shoulder to shoulder to any other king that is known as first class traditional ruler in Nigeria. So highly respected king in Yoruba land.
Wow.
Yes,
Prince, I'm going to stay with you, Prince. Let me acknowledge our sponsors, Equity Bank, all the way throughout East Africa. We acknowledge you for your continued support for the program. We also acknowledge our key insurance company, Bounce, Bounce and Co. We acknowledge Ashley and the team. We thank you very much for your continued support. Let me also give a shout out to those sisters from the East region and the founder. I say a big shout out to you. Chief, you were talking precisely about where I wanted to go to, which is details about this royal. We know whether it's mythical or whatever anyone considers, every tradition has a story. And we know Africa, the chiefs and the kings are so important. Like I said before, if you go to Thailand, the royal family is key to every investment drive. You come to the UK again, even in Spain, they still have the royal arm over there that operates. You go to the Arab, the royal family play a very key and important role in development drives. Now, we have all these kings, chief. I mean, our princess has given a rich history about the origin. So it wasn't by mistake that people were calling me a Yoruba man. So yes, I know now where I come from. Now, how are we going to monetize some of these, our kingdoms, our stories, our culture, these rich stories that have lived with us, passed on from generation to generation? How are we going to monetize them? How are we going to make business out of them? And how are we going to make them central to our developmental process, Chief?
One of the things you said earlier on during this when we started was that networking is key. I think you just hit it straight on you hit the nail on the head. We need to network. We need to collaborate. We need to work together, and that's the first step. The first step is to reach out to each other to see what we can do together and build our own economy. So once we have our own economy, if I'm doing business with you, if I'm taking my advertisements to Star Radio rather than taking it to some other radios, for example, and then Star Radio is publicizing our activities, it means that we're creating an economy and developing ourselves. So that's the first step. And which is why I like the concept of IDO. IDO trying to reach out to the diaspora. This is one area that we feel that we can start to monetize all of the things that we have. For example, when we take all the kings to, maybe we take them to Panama, or we take them to Brazil, or we take them to, and they meet, for example, now in Brazil, the Yoruba population is heavy to the extent that Yoruba language is also one of the languages that are officially recognized in Brazil. Very few people know that the original culture and traditions of Yoruba are still deep in Brazil. There are people that dress like Yorubas of Nigeria, and they even still worship the traditional way that the Yorubas normally worship their God. And so these are the sort of things that we need to create our internal economy and develop it, and see how we can collaborate, how we can bring our diaspora back home to do business. And now, because you've been in diaspora, you've seen a lot of things outside of the continent, which you can take back home. And these are some of the things that we want to do. While planning this trip to Ife, somebody said to me that there are so many businesses that we could actually do, even in Ife itself. There will be things that are traditional to Ife, but which Ife people have not been able to, export to the outside world, and there could be solutions for the outside world as well. So this is how we plan to start, by looking at all the things that we have, connect with our diaspora brothers and sisters, and then see how we start to develop our, businesses.
Thank you very much for that, Prince. Let me stay with you. Now come to the princess on. I know in your introduction you made mention of this journey of atonement. I'm going to ask you a direct question. You are a king, you are a chief, you come from a royal family. Do you think our chiefs will see from where you are talking from, and you think most of them will accept the challenge to travel to Panama and to meet our brothers and sisters or embark on this journey of atonement?
I think they will. I think they will. I think it's for me. I think even if they have doubts, then it's our responsibility to convince them of how important this is. This is a major historical move by IDO, which every one of us must tap into. And we need to convince our royal fathers back home that this journey of atonement is very important. Because what we are looking at is the future. And there's a wide gap between Africans. I have a business partner who talks about the wide gap within the African community in the UK. We are not interacting, not doing businesses enough. But it's even worse when you look at Africa, which is diaspora. So I think they will buy the idea. I think some of the fillers we've sent home already, we've gotten very positive feedback, which was why I said when that journey is to be embarked on, you will see a lot of traditional rulers from Yoruba land, led by the Oni of Ife, prominent in. And I'm also aware that the Oni of Ife, the Alaafin of Oyo, have already made trips to Brazil in the past to go and meet Yorubas there. So this journey of atonement, I am very sure all of them are going to be very happy to be part of it.
Wow, that's good news. That is good news. For those of you who have just joined us, this is Roots of Africa program, comes your way every 3 p.m. on Fridays. Princess, initially you spoke about the tie and dye. I'm going to put some images on the screen. I don't know if you can see some of them, and I would like you to just talk us through a little bit of. Can you see what is on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Can see what
just talk me through exactly what we are seeing over there, please.
Okay. First of all, I must acknowledge that this particular picture, this image, is actually at the resort of the Oni of Ife. Last year, he actually opened an Adire factory. So they have Adire hub in his resort in Ile-Ife. In fact, the last time I was there, I was joking and saying that, look, Adire belongs to the Abeokutas. Why do you have to bring a factory here to make Adire for us? And they were saying, well, before the Abeokuta, there was Ife. So probably Adire was from Ife before Abeokuta. So this is Adire, like I said, tie and dye. Some of them are made with wax. Some are made with dye, which is called aro. Now, the ones that are made with wax, what happens is, even when they are all tied as well, they use stuff like candles to, I don't know the exact process, but they use candles and then apply the wax on the fabric before they are soaked in the dye, which is aro. So when after they are soaked, and for a number of hours, they bring them out to dry them. And the one with wax are the ones that are usually shiny, and the other one is the real Adire, which are just tied. Sometimes before they are tied, they put them on a big white table like that, and what they do is they use markers, special markers for Adire, to draw patterns depending on how they want it. They draw different patterns on it, and then they tie some parts of it, and then tie some parts of the pattern, so that at the end of the day, when they put them in, when they soak them in the dye and bring them out, it comes out in different shapes, and designs. So these ones are the finished products. These ones on the screen are finished products. After they bring them out of the dye, of course, they put them out in the sun. We're very lucky this part of the world is very sunny, so the sun helps a lot in drying them quickly. And then when they are dried, they iron them out, and then they display them like this. So this is a finished product.
Thank you, Princess. You talked about the Adire Hub. I was going to talk about it actually. That was what somebody mentioned to me a few days ago when I said I was coming to Ife. And they said to me,
this is Princess Kemi from Nigeria trying to log into.
Okay, all right. We'll go to Princess Kemi pretty short. But Prince, please continue.
Okay, so I said that when I was talking the other time, I did mention you asked a question about how we're going to monetize all of these things. And I remember somebody saying to me that if we are visiting Nigeria, then we should be looking at Ife, where they have the Adire Hub, they have so many other things that can be monetized. So I just mentioned that,
Yes, and the lady in charge, actually, I was discussing with her, and I believe that she will be working hand in hand with IDO, because she was also talking about getting these fabrics out of Nigeria. She was talking about monetizing it.
Wow.
Excellent.
Wow. That's beauty. I love that. It's important that some of these things that we've taken for granted for years, we through this organization are able to find modernized way of bringing development to our people through that, because someone is somewhere in Abeokuta and has invested. This is what the generation have passed on to her, and we cannot help her to basically earn a living through it. Then I think we are not doing justice and favor to some of them. So thank you very much for that. Prince, let me come back to you. In summary, what do you think Nigerians should expect from the network you leading into Nigeria?
I think Nigeria should expect new development projects. Nigeria should expect more people to be employed. Nigerians should expect better relationship with the diaspora, better relationship with other Africans. The IDO family is a wide network of Africans, Europeans, and I've seen virtually almost from all parts of the world, and this is focused on developing what we are doing in Africa. So the wealth of this network power of IDO is what we're taking to Nigeria to join with the energy, the special energy that Nigerians have, and we want to take advantage of it to create employment opportunities, to create development. So Nigerians should be expecting more development coming, not this time, not from government, but coming through IDO, through the traditional institutions in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. And Princess, what should Nigerians be looking out for?
Well, thank you very much, moderator.
Hold on for me, Princess. I do think Princess Kemi was not able to join us via Skype, but I do have her on the other line on WhatsApp. Let me get her to say good afternoon to our audience. Princess Kemi.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, all right. Please just introduce yourself briefly. We out of time, but I know we'll bring you back another day. But just tell us a little bit about yourself before we continue, Princess.
First of all, let me quickly apologize to all the audience that are listening and looking forward to hear me speak about my culture this afternoon. Unfortunately, I'm calling from Ife, and sometimes the network can act up, and that's exactly what happened this morning. We have been trying to sign up using Skype to be able to join in the conversation. Unfortunately, I was unable to do that. But I'm glad to be back on the air, and I just want to say hello to everyone that is listening. And I'm Princess Fadojutimi, originally from Ondo town. I reside in Ile Ife currently, and I'm glad to be here.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think every misfortune is a blessing. Every misfortune is a blessing. For you out there, what you've just witnessed, what you've just heard, is better than any pitch anyone can give you about the need for investment in our telecom infrastructure. She could have, spoken 1,000 words to explain the difficulty and the challenge that we do have in connect. Sometimes we in the West take things for granted. So what has just happened, she wasn't able to connect because of the technical difficulties. For me, I think it's one of the best pitches anyone can give to drum home the need for investment in our continent. So Princess, yes, you couldn't make it, but I think the technical challenges have actually provided something to the world to know that, look, if you're looking for an investment opportunity like Prince was talking about, this is one of it. Telecom is an area that is still growing, and I don't believe we still have a room for a lot of people to go. Princess, I'm not going to hold you on the line. We'll rearrange for you to come and tell us a little bit more. But your final words before we say goodbye to you, so that I come back to Prince and Princess Toyin.
Definitely, and I would like to say hello to Prince and Princess. It's good to be on the same platform with you this afternoon. I agree with what you just said about the technology and what we took for granted living in the Western world. I was telling my technical person that was trying to help me set up the Skype since 2 days ago. Definitely, yes, there's time for technology, and we can always attest this to how our parents, our forefathers, and our ancestors communicate back in the days. I remember, they have to go to from town to streets to villages to make announcements about upcoming event or ceremony that is going to be happening or festival that will be happening. But the technology has made it so simple and easy for us now to talk to each other thousands and miles across from each other. Yes, our culture is so rich and diverse. I will speak particularly about Nigeria, but I will speak in general about Nigeria, but particularly about Ile-Ife, where I currently reside. Ile-Ife is is what we call the roots. This is where everybody has sprung up. This is where everybody has, as the Yoruba
technology.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, Princess.
We can't hear you.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Thank you. I apologize.
Now we can hear you now.
Okay, Princess Kemi, I want to rearrange a time with you. Okay. Let's leave a bit of the historical background. Just give us a short message in 1 minute. What should Nigerian expect should be looking out for from you and your organization briefly before we let you go, and we'll conclude the program with Prince and Princess Toyin.
Not that I'm sure about the question that you asked, because the line is in and out.
Okay, let me repeat. I just want you to give us your last message. I know we will rearrange so that you come on the program again, but just say something to those who are listening, and especially the Nigerians and the network members, the Idol Network members, before we let you go.
Yes, definitely. I look forward to having the opportunity to be on the show again. I want to say hello to all the listeners and the presenters and the speakers, my co-speakers. It's so unfortunate that we were unable to join together today, but I assure you by next time when I'm coming to the program, I will be able to tell you the in-depth of our culture, from our clothing to our food to our lifestyle, the hospitality, how we conduct naming ceremony, how we do our traditional wedding, how we observe burials, rites, and all that couple together to make us unique in our own special way, which is the Yoruba race.
Thank you.
Thank you, and
thank you. Thank you very much, Her Royal Highness Princess Kemi. Thank you very much. Let me come back to my two distinguished guests with me. Chief, we just had a technical problem, right? And for me, like I said, it is more than any pitch anyone can put out there, any proposal anyone can put out about the need for investment in Africa. Call it, Wi-Fi, whatever you call it. In summation, what is your take on hammer on that point for me again, as someone who is involved in driving home investment?
Okay, some time ago we did a little bit of a small research. And we discovered that Africans have $25 billion that are stuck in British banks that are not being used and that are not really generating so much interest for them. And our message has always been to Africans that every problem back home is a business for every Nigerian that live in the diaspora. So the problem that Princess Kemi highlighted just now, which she showed us just now, is a business opportunity for those who live in the diaspora. Of course, there are people that have technological know-how. There are people that also have a bit of funding that they could bring into this. So every problem in Africa, it is a business opportunity for us in the diaspora. And we should be looking at tapping into all of these problems and finding solutions through the knowledge, the technologies, and the funding that we have here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, listeners. We've come to the end of the program, but before we go, I would like to go to Princess first to say her final words and a goodbye to our audience. Then I'll come to the Chief Prince Bimbo himself to say his final words and give a shout out to anyone that he may want to do. Princess, please, Her Royal Highness.
Thank you very much, moderator. First of all, I want to say thank you to you. You've done a very good job. I want to say that as the IDO ambassador to Nigeria, I want to thank IDO actually because there are so many things that Africans have taken for granted over the years. And if some people, or a group of people can come together with this initiative, I think it is wonderful. I want to just tell Nigerians that there is hope. IDO is bringing hope to different communities through the royals. There is hope for them. Community development is for sure, is key, and it's going to happen. There's hope for everyone that development will reach them. A lot of people have lost hope in the government, and they still think that nothing will happen. Some people will tell you not in their generation. But with initiatives like this, and with the cooperation from our royal fathers, I believe that there is hope for Africans, there is hope for Nigeria. Thank you very much. Thank you, Aido. Thank you, moderator.
Thank you very much, Her Royal Highness Princess Tony. Let me cross over now to Prince Chief, Prince Bimbo. Prince, please.
Thank you very much, moderator, for the way you've managed this entire process. Just like Princess said, I want to thank IDO for this initiative. Also to thank all our listeners and all the IDO network, all the people listening. I want to assure you that you've started a very wonderful journey, a very, very good initiative. And I can assure you that Nigeria is going to live up to expectation. Nigeria is just hitting the ground, but when we start running, we're hitting the ground running actually. After my first trip, and after the trip by IDO Network and the 6th region, the Chambers of Commerce, and some traditional rulers to Nigeria, IDO Nigeria is going to be flying more or less. We're not just going to be running. We're going to be connecting with all of you. We will create opportunities for people in Nigeria. We will also work in partnership with our African brothers. We will take the businesses to you, first of all, in Africa, in Ghana, Uganda, because we should be trading with each other, and we see how we improve our lives as a continent. Thank you very much.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, right, we've come to the end of another wonderful edition of Roots of Africa program. Like I told you, anytime is Friday 3 p.m. and I have my distinguished guests coming. It's a learning curve. I've learned a lot. Today, I walk with shoulders high, knowing that I know where I come from. I come from Abeokuta area. So I'm an Yoruba man, and people call me a Yoruba man. Oh, are you from Yoruba? I say yes. I didn't know that. Yes, history will judge me correct that I'm a Yoruba man.
We will adopt you.
Oh, thank you very, very much. How can you adopt someone who is a native? Chief, it's been wonderful having you on the program. Princess, it's been wonderful having you on the program. I've totally enjoyed this program, and I want to wish you a very great weekend and also blessings on your way, and whatever you set out to do, the visions that you've espoused are great visions that will help the continent of Africa, not only Nigeria, because Nigeria is the only country in Africa that I see as the bull that can pull the others along with it. So thank you very much. I see you as a future giant of that continent. Once again, thank you very much and have a great weekend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Listeners, yes, thank you once again, and thank you very much for being part of this program. Another exciting edition of Roots of Africa has come to an end. See you next week again, 3 p.m., where we bring you another exciting edition of Roots of Africa. Have a blessed weekend.
Advertise your business on Aido Roots of Africa program by sponsoring a slot on TV or radio. If you wish to support Roots of Africa content creation, you may donate through the link below or contact marketing at info@aidonetwork.org.
Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
It's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Listen to Reverend David Peterson.
Welcome to Led by the Spirit with myself, Reverend David Peterson, the youngest black Anglican priest in the UK to date. Come on, somebody. And the spiritual aide to the Prime Minister's advisor. Wow.
This and every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. on the Led by the Spirit program on Star Radio UK.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Star Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes.
How do you get the energy to do that?
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzette. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. The whole of darkness.
So what did that
myself and the world will adjust. And 2019,
forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Star Radio.
In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone, broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
The best radio show.